Hello everyone, today we are going to grow chestnut trees from chestnuts that I bought in a supermarket. Here are the chestnuts, and the first thing we're going to do is put these chestnuts in water to see which one floats and which ones go to the bottom. The ones that float are no good for germination. I will remove them. This one over here. And the ones that remain at the bottom are the chestnuts that are good for germination. So these are the ones I'm going to use. And now I'm going to get a plastic container with a lid, with a cover. Put some paper towels or napkins inside. Water the napkins. Put the chestnuts inside. You can spray it just a little bit. Then cover the chestnuts with more napkins. Water it again. Okay, for it to get humid, well wet. Cover the plastic container. Take note of the date. And now I'm going to store the container in a dark place because germination happens better in the dark. Now we are 5 weeks later, and let's take a look at the chestnuts. Okay, and we can see that 2 of them grew big roots. It has a considerable size. These chestnuts that didn't develop a root yet, if I leave them some more time here in this container, maybe they can start developing a root. So at this moment I'm going to focus in these 2 chestnuts. And let me say that during these 5 weeks that these chestnuts were inside the container, it was very important to check them 2 or 3 times a week. And this is for 2 reasons. First, to see if it needs more watering, and in my case it was necessary a few times because sometimes the paper and the chestnuts were getting a little dry even inside this container. And the second reason is because the chestnuts and the paper starts to grow mold, and we have to clean the mold from the chestnuts with the help of a napkin. For example, you take the chestnuts that is full of mold and you clean it. Or even throw away a chestnut that is too moldy and already starting to rotten. And I also ended changing the paper towels a few times because the mold also accumulated in the paper. I put new ones inside, water everything again, close the container, and as I said, check it 2 or 3 times a week. So during the first 3 weeks, nothing happened. From the 3rd to 4th week, a small root started to appear. And then from the 4th to 5th week, that is when the root grew considerably fast and into a big size. So it happened very fast and at the end. So if you have your chestnuts and you see that nothing is happening, no problem, just wait. So now let's put these chestnuts in the soil, and I have here 2 pots with potting soil. This is normal potting soil, all-purpose potting soil, and you should use pots that have some deepness for the roots to have space to grow down. So they must not be shallow. These pots are around 6 inches, 15 centimeters deep, and it should be sufficient. And to sow the chestnuts in the soil, you only need to make a small hole, more or less the size of the root, and then put the chestnut with the root pointing down. Okay? Then press the soil gently. Make sure that there is no air pockets near the roots. And then you don't have to cover the chestnut. You can if you want, but you can also leave it like this. I will do the same thing in this pot. Then water the soil. And now I will put these two pots outdoors in the yard. I will put outside in a tiny greenhouse that I have. So it will be more or less as if it was indoors. Temperatures at this moment are not too cold and also not too hot here where I live and in this time of the year. So let's wait and see how these chestnuts develop. So we can see that in 34 days the chestnut tree has grown very well and looks good. So please support the channel by putting the thumbs up and subscribing. See you and goodbye.